And welcome to this morning's edition of the Biker Angle. First off, I want to send out there to every veteran, happy Veterans Day. Without you guys and gals, this country wouldn't be the way it was today. Later on in the show, we will be giving our tribute to the veterans. God damn, you guys are the best that America has to offer, let me tell you. And everyone owes you guys a debt of gratitude for everything that you have done. And I don't think Ronald Reagan could have said it better than what he did in this tribute that we have coming up. First off, today I want to welcome Black Dragon. Everybody knows Black Dragon. He is coming to the Saturday Mayhem on December 1st. He has his own podcast that's going to be following up Fat Daddy's Rabbit Hole. It's called The Dragon's Lairs. It is awesome, man. I love his freaking his logo and all that stuff. It is great to have Black Dragon on board. If you haven't seen Black Dragon on YouTube, you got to go over to his YouTube channel, subscribe, give him a freaking lots of support because we love BD. He actually sets a high standard over there over at Black Dragon TV. So welcome aboard, BD. Love to have you, man. It's awesome, man. It's really good, exciting news. And basically what Motorcycle Mayhem is about is right now we got 3 podcasts, an hour each, and it's everything biker, everything, lots of different subjects to be covered, and a lot of comedy going to be coming out there, especially from Fat Daddy, man. I love Fat Daddy to death. He's a hell of a freaking guy. You got to love him. But today's topic we're going to talk about, we have all these motorcycle clubs out there. So why do people find the need to go out and start their own? And that's a big subject, and one that I think hasn't been discussed and might need to be discussed a little further. This article, right now, let's get in this article. It's pretty freaking funny. It's been going kind of viral over on Insane Throttle Biker News. And it has to deal with, and this is up in Canada, but it still relates to what's going on here in the United States. But this happened in Canada, in Nova Scotia, and he was a businessman. He wound up getting some panic installed in him. He even went as far as selling his Harley Davidson. And the judge in this case, because it went to some kind of trial, I'll read a little bit about it in a second. I am fully satisfied, because they referred to him as RM, not the motorcycle club, but as RM. In his words, scared shitless. And so we shall be. 3 members of the province's dominant motorcycle club, the Bacas, were sentenced this week to jail terms of 18 months to 3 years after being found guilty of extortion, harassment, intimidation, and threatening behavior against the man, capping off a case that, according to the judge, provided insight into a sinister and, in my view, criminal reality in the motorcycle millennia in Nova Scotia and the other 3 Atlantic provinces. The victim, a simple motorcycle enthusiast, identified in court as RM, wanted in the spring of 2012 to start up his own full-fledged 3-piece patch motorcycle club. After doing research on the internet and talking with members of the motorcycle community, RM decided it was best to approach BMC, a club with a history of associating with Hell's Angels, to get their approval. BMC representative Patrick James told RM he could neither start his own 3-piece patch motorcycle club or an offshoot of an existing one. What you do is you start off with a 1-piece patch, you're a riding club, then maybe after a couple years you gain respect in the area and people get to know you. Then we move you up, we give you permission to have possibly a 2-piece patch, he said to have told RM. If it seems right that you want to have a 3-piece patch, you come to us and we'll decide if you have enough time in. What you're doing is disrespecting all these other clubs that have worked their way up. Thinking he was following James' instructions, RM proceeded weeks later to start a Nova Scotia chapter of a Montreal-based Brotherhood motorcycle club. Well, for one, Brotherhood, there's already one out there. After receiving approval from that club, for his members to wear one-piece Brotherhood patches on the back of their vest. Mr. James was furious after seeing pictures on Facebook. According to the records, James showed up at RM's workplace and demanded he immediately destroy all vests with Brotherhood patches, and that the Brotherhood post on its Facebook page that it was not starting a chapter in Nova Scotia. I'm giving you a get-out-of-free-jail card here, James is said to have told RM. Do you understand what I'm fucking saying to you? This is your only chance. James pointed at pictures of RM's family and told him to get this taken care of. RM and Brotherhood combined. On September of 2012, RM attended a Bikers Down charity event in Saxville, Nova Scotia, and was confronted by two other members of BMC, Dwayne Howe and David Pierce. One witness told the court the conversation grew louder and that she overheard the words disrespect, no forgiveness, and don't show your face at any other biker events. RM was apologetic, saying things like, I'm sorry, man, and I didn't mean any disrespect. Following the incident, police had special patrols go by RM's home. RM and his wife had a panic alarm installed in their house and never rode their motorcycle again. Instead, they sold them. Well, right there, and that's Nova Scotia, Canada. It's serious, a motorcycle club. It's not no joke like you guys who want to go and watch SOA or this new Mayans. This is actually real life, and there's traditions that are followed. Granted, there's different traditions in different countries, how they do things. But one of the reasons why protocol was established was so people didn't just go start motorcycle clubs, next thing you know, get into a bunch of bullshit and make everybody else look stupid. That was the main reason for it. Because you can have a lot of clubs going out there acting stupid, and the civilians do not know the difference between your pop-up club and that of a dominant. Now, I do find it really funny, I really do, that there has been 1%er clubs around since the late 40s and all that stuff. But you have these people that want to go out there and just slap a diamond on them. They want to slap that 1%er patch on. Not put any work into it, none of that stuff. And what's even funnier is these people are near dominance in which they can hang around, even go through the prospect period and all that stuff to earn their patch. But what's the reason why these guys pop up these clubs and automatically put a diamond on them? Well, it's simple. They can't go through the prospect period. They are too chicken shit. They have no balls, and they're weak, and they don't want to go through the whole process of getting the patch. No, instead, what they want to do is bypass the whole system. Okay, I made this sign up, let's call ourselves a club, and then all of a sudden you're seeing them wear these patches and a diamond, and they're all over trying to act like Billy Badass. Instead, they don't understand the disrespect that they're doing to the major dominants, because a lot of these clubs paved a way for what we're enjoying now. A lot of these clubs had to go through you're talking about freaking motorcycle profiling and biker profiling right now. The old timers had to go through some bad stuff to earn their shit, man. It was almost every freaking day that the cops were on them and not giving them any kind of freaking respect. And it was nothing but get against the fucking wall, patting you down, and making your life miserable. So they put in the work. They had to put in the work of what they did to earn what they're wearing. So when you're going to go out there and have a pop-up club say, hey, we're 1%ers, and water down that patch, you wonder why people get so pissed off. And then you wonder why shows like this and other shows go after you, because that shit ass ain't right, man. You didn't earn it, man. And then you get incidences like this where people and you got to know your area, what you're doing and all that kind of shit. Like I said, countries are different. United States might be different than Canada. Canada might be different than Oz, so on and so on. But you got to know your area. You got to know what's going on. This is all a street game, man. You just don't go out there and disrespect somebody. Those people put in the blood, sweat, and tears to wear their patches. So for you to go out there and just say, boom, I want to put on a patch because I feel like it, or you got some idiot cocksucker over at Law Abiding Bikers Association telling you that, hey, they can't tell you what to do. Hey, man, bullshit. You're going to get these people hurt. That's one thing the Alliance of Law Abiding Bikers don't understand. You're going to get people hurt, and you're not out there doing nothing but flapping them jaws any damn way, because you're a bunch of cops. But, spreading that bullshit, this is America, you don't have to ask permission. Try pushing that shit on the streets by yourselves. You know what I mean? Go back in that corner and go fucking jack your fucking buddies off, man. Whatever, man. But you're going to get people hurt. So I think that's the biggest thing, and the reason why pop-up clubs are coming about is because people are too chicken shit to do it the right way. When it's bought, you have no respect for what the hell you're wearing, and that's why you see a lot of these pop-up clubs fail within a year, because they don't have respect for their patches. When they're confronted, they fucking ducktail and run. So what's the patch worth? My advice, go through the process. I've said many a times when I prospected, I loved it. I had fun, because one of the things when you prospect is, especially when you're in a national type of club, is you go around and introduce yourself to everybody. You get to know tons of people. That's the fun of the national clubs, man. You get to know everybody. Yeah, you're going to get fucking, busted on and fucking, made fun of. And they're just doing it to see if you can hold your fucking nuts in a bad situation. So, prospecting ain't that freaking hard. It's not a bitch or any of that bullshit. Because people before you, every member that is in that spot doing it to you has already been done too, and probably worse, depending on the decade that they went through the process. So the process is there to ensure brotherhood. But when you go out there and make up your own club, you don't have a brotherhood, man. You don't. Regardless of what you try to tell yourselves, again, most of them fail within a year to 2 years. So regardless of what you try to tell yourself, it ain't a real fucking brotherhood, because it ain't earned. And when the time comes up, you can't defend the freaking patches. And what's funny is a lot of these pop-up clubs, they go out there talking smack and shit like that. Well, we don't want to be told what to do, blah, blah, blah. We don't want to be part of the COC, blah, blah, blah. And that's another thing. The COC is there to protect bikers' rights. The club's rights. They're protecting your ass. But you want to go out there and talk smack. That's what's really bullshit about it. The Federation of Clubs is a damn good organization that's out there every day fucking protecting your asses, you damn idiots in the pop-up clubs. But they're too stupid to know that, because they didn't take the time to go through the prospect period and learn what the hell the motorcycle club scene's all about. So, as far as, making up your own club, if there's so many out there, I just cannot see the reasoning why you'd want to go and do your own thing. If you want to do your own thing, do a support club or something, go to your dominant, work with it. They're going to keep your asses out of freaking trouble. And if you go through it the right way, not only is it going to help your club, have some, decent respect, but you're going to have everybody coming to your parties. You'll be involved in the COC. There's a lot of freaking good shit that comes with being, going the traditional route, instead of having to sit in your damn backyards, because many of these people you'll see sitting out in their backyards. And that's because they don't go anywhere, because they're too afraid of shit going to pop off when somebody sees that patch. So if you're legit, damn, man, you get to go to all the club parties. You're going to see all the damn hoes. You're going to fucking party the shit up. That's just the facts of the case. So to go out there and start your shit behind people's back, I just think that's freaking weak, for one. And for two, it's not going to last. It's just the way it's worked. You just see it time and time again. It falls off the tree every freaking time. So, but that's my opening monologue, if you will, as you would talk about that. Just do it the right way, man, because you know what? There's so many damn clubs out there to choose from. All these clubs out there have a spectrum of interest, man. It can be from the associations to the freaking three-piece patch club, that the non-alcoholic stuff. There's something for everybody there, already established, ready to go. All you have to do is put in the time, man. It ain't freaking difficult. Why wouldn't you want to get to know people before you put a patch on? That I don't even understand. So that is it for today. Let's go on to our tribute. I really want to go to the tribute because our veterans deserve it. So let's get onto that right now. That is truly the thing right now there that this country is built on, our veterans. And Insane Throttle loves you guys to death. Everybody here at Insane Throttle, from our producers to our writers for our articles and our webmasters, you are the best. You are the cream of the crop, the best America's ever had. And a question came to me one time. Which period of American history do you really revere? And those guys and gals that fought in Vietnam, they went through so much in Vietnam. Coming back and getting spat on and getting actually no respect. And yeah, Vietnam, I think they're stone cold freaking heroes, if you ask me. Um, just unreal, the ability of them people to come home, get treated like that, and still love their country like they do. And you got that Agent Orange that the government denied for a long time, and it was our own government that got our people sick. Hopefully, this administration gets this veterans deal done, this Veterans Administration shit fixed, the VA hospital systems, because there is no reason whatsoever that men and women who go to fight and freaking die for this country have to be treated the way they are. It's unacceptable. None. It's unacceptable. So, hats off to our fighting men and women out there, and those that are currently fighting overseas. We still got the Afghan war going on 17 years later, and that's becoming one of the longest American wars. So every day they sacrifice themselves for us. But hats off, enjoy Veterans Day, and when you're drinking that beer, remember one, go up to one. You see one alone, shake their hand, go have a fucking drink with them, or have some dinner with them. But let's go on to our legends of the motorcycle scene. On today's Legends of the Motorcycle Scene, Freddie Marsh, inducted 2002 into the AMA Hall of Fame. He was a lifetime motorcycle enthusiast, racer, Indian, and Moto Guzzi dealer. He was also a hill climber from 1924 to 1988, and he continued to ride into his hundreds until his death. Freddie Marsh amassed an amateur racing career that lasted longer than many people live, propelled by a love of motorcycling that persisted even after he surpassed 100 years of age. Marsh raced in 7 different decades. He also owned dealerships in Connecticut from 1926 until the time of his death in 2003. Born in Italy in 1900, Marsh came to the United States with his family while he was still an infant. Like so many other new immigrant families, Marsh's parents struggled to make a living. After his mother died when Freddie was 12, the family fell apart and Freddie found himself living and working on a farm in Connecticut. On that farm, he found the seed of a lifelong addiction in the form of the owner's motorcycle, which Freddie was allowed to ride around the fields and unpaved roads on the 100-acre farm. Those days were his first lessons in finding traction on dirt, and they would pay off many times over the coming decades. Marsh used money he earned by working as a streetcar conductor in Hartford, Connecticut, to buy his first motorcycle, a Harley-Davidson, and later snagged a job at the Harley dealership. In 1922, he built what he described as, quote, a homebrew motorcycle, end quote, to race in the 500cc class. Like so many other Harley riders of the time, he took one cylinder off his 1000cc machine to go racing. In 1926, Indian approached Marsh to see if he was interested in opening a dealership in Hartford. The Springfield, Massachusetts company had already passed its peak, but Indian made an offer Marsh couldn't refuse. So he quit his job at the Harley dealership and went into business selling Indians. As a dealer, Marsh could get his hands on an Indian race bike. The race bikes of the era were little more than an engine, 2 wheels, and a kill switch, with no brakes or transmissions. Racers would scrub off speed by hitting the kill switch into the corner. Marsh traveled all over the Northeast, racing flat track. And somewhere along the line, maybe due to the determined look in the dark eyes or the way he rode, he picked up the nickname Demon. For years after he gave up flat track racing, Marsh continued to race hill climbs. He built a variety of hill climb machines from the Norden, AJS, and other brands of machines he sold after Indian stopped producing motorcycles in 1953. Marsh's many years as a dealer and a racer meant that motorcyclists all across the region knew of him. A lot of guys in their 50s and 60s will tell you they bought their first motorcycle from him, said Leo Castell, editor and publisher of the Motorcycle Post, a monthly magazine based in Connecticut. Quote, Freddie's a real institution up here, end quote. In his final years, Marsh spent his days at the Moto Guzzi dealership in East Windsor. That was run by his nephew, Alan Marsh. Even after he surpassed 100 years of age, Marsh rode an old Indian bag 50cc scooter. His frail health and failing eyesight meant he was limited to riding laps on the parking lot at his dealership. But he maintained that regimen of riding 75 laps each morning, which kept him going. His love of motorcycling was evident as he circled the lot, turning left in the smooth oval, just like his old dirt track days, with a smile permanently on his face. Marsh died June 8th of 2000. That was something else, wasn't it? Cut off a little quick there, but yeah, anyway, he was riding all the way up until in his hundreds, man. That's pretty freaking cool. That's a hardcore motorcycle rider right there. Before we get into Ask Hollywood, we're going to talk about if you want to host your own show on our platform. We get inquiries from time to time. But we got an awesome thing coming December 1st, which we're billing as Motorcycle Mayhem. Starting at 1 o'clock, you'll have me with Motorcycle Madhouse. After mine, you'll have Fat Daddy and then the Dragon's Lair with BD. And if you're a podcaster that has to do with biker-related stuff, give us a shout out and we'll help you get going on our platform. And, you know, our platform right now is, it reaches up to about 300 million listeners in all 206 countries and all of the United States. So you would really get out there on Insane Throttle's platform. not to mention our other business stuff with HarleyLiberty.com and all that stuff. But you get out there, let me tell you. Let's go to Ask Hollywood. Hey, what do we got here? And with the Ask Hollywood questions, what usually happens is it's emailed into us, and then the producer puts them up on screen for me to read. That way I don't know what's going on ahead of time. So that way I can get better answers. That's the way I like doing it. So if you got any questions, you can either put it up in the YouTube comments or send them into our email, and we'll get them there, and our producer will get them up for the show. Let's see here. Hi, Hollywood. This is Blank. Listen, first off, you got an awesome show. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. On top of it every day, but not to worry is a sore subject. But I talked to... Oh, here we go. Remind me to put a boot up my producer's ass for keep on putting these on here. And he told me that he gave his property to a couple Kazakhs to return to his own club or his former club. All right. With that, I kind of addressed that on Saturday's video. That shit's full of shit. I don't speak for the AOA, but I do know what went down, and that is far from bullshit. He did not hand that shit to no Kazakhs. There's not even Kazakhs in Illinois, and, you know, neither the ugly man or 1% are one. So that's bullshit right there. Two, even him saying that kind of shit makes him look like a weak-ass motherfucker. Because if he has to hand his shit to another club to hand into another club, that's some weak-ass shit. No, what happened was his old lady turned it into his former club. And for him to even suggest that another club would touch their patches or their property, he's full of shit. But that's the guy you guys follow over in that freaking group. So that's what you guys got. That's what you want. Better fucking power to you. But thanks for sending in that question. But yeah, that's what happened. He was a punk. He had his freaking wife turn into shit because he was too chicken shit. But this is kind of funny that you put that he's telling everybody that another club he handed it into. That just makes him look even more weak. Anyway, Hollywood would like to ask you a question. Okay. Been following your show for the last few weeks, and I've been seeing a lot of what you're saying to be true about a particular someone. You know what? I'm gonna put a fucking boot in my producer's ass on this one. Can you give me your opinion on freedom? This group I belong to speaks of freedom and education all the time. Problem is, I've noticed people getting deleted from the group for expressing their positions. Thanks for what you do. Yankee. Yeah, you know what? Again, it's like the above, yeah, I know who you're talking about, that freaking group. And if there's so much about freedom, then they'll let you express what the hell you think. But that's not how that fucking job of the cunt freaking works, man. If he don't like what you say, he's gonna delete you. He's gonna go out there, tell all his bullshit lies like he did in, you know, I guess in this above poster, and the guy did call in on the show live on Saturday, you know, telling people that he did this. You know what? He's full of shit. If your people from BBS can't freaking see what kind of guy he is, then that's on you. That's why he got kicked out. Just like they said, he was a cancer. They cut it out and got rid of him. Because he's a liar. He's out for him freaking self. So Yankee, you know, as far as, you know, this question... Freedom, you got to do what you want to do. A biker does what the fuck he wants to do without no bullshit, you know, people, you know, not giving a shit what people think of them. And if they're freaking deleting people or deleting comments, that's not much about freedom. And that's what's supposed to be about that fucking idiot freaking group is supposed to be about, is freedom and education. No, it's only freedom and education if you agree with fucking Jabba the Cunt. If you don't agree with Jabba the Cunt, then, you know, he's a little bitch, like, you know, he is handing his shit to a woman, because he is a bitch, and, yeah, that's what you get. Really, that's what you get. So, sorry, Yankee, you know, again, I'm gonna kick my producer in the ass, because, you know, one thing I don't like doing is censorship, and I like to try to answer all the questions I can. But when it's the same subject over and over and over again, it gets kind of tiring, but, you know, is what it is. Let's go to the next one. JB! Hollywood, what is your opinion of the Booze Fighters and the 13 Rebels? BF claims to be law-abiding. Are you kidding me? Booze fighters are the shit, man. They can party, let me tell you. They can drink, they can fuck, and they can ride, man. You cannot say a damn bad thing about freaking booze fighters, man. The originals, man, Wino Willie and all of them. They gave us what the hell, they probably set the tone of what the fucking bikers are with parties nowadays, the booze fighters. Jesus Christ. Don't have nothing against them boys. Woo! 13 Rebels. Oh, 13 Rebels. We actually did an interview with their national. I believe it was Jackpot. And the 13 Rebels are storied, man. That's where even Wino Willie from the Booze Fighters came, was 13 Rebels. And they a bunch of good guys. Yeah, they hold their charter still for AMA. But they partying, man. They parties. These are the type of clubs you want to be around, because them motherfuckers get some broads, let me tell you. But, yeah, they are law-abiding, but that's a different from where you get this alliance bullshit with clubs like freaking, what's it called, Iron Legacy with Lollipop, where he just popped the fucking club up, didn't do nothing to work for it. But, you know, the Booze Fighters, they've been there forever, man. They're the originals. They're fucking wild, man. What can you say? You can't say nothing bad about the Booze Fighters. You know, politics aside, you can't say shit about them, man. They're mixed race. They got all colors in there, all backgrounds. They some kick-ass motherfuckers. That's all I can say about Booze Fighters. And as far as the 13 Rebels, they have the tradition with them is unbelievable. I really enjoyed that. If you want to check out that interview, go ahead and check it out on HarleyBikerNews.com. Just go through the episodes list, and you'll be able to see it right there. So those are the questions. We don't actually have a hater thing today, which is kind of fucking weird. So, but anyway, I want to say everybody thanks for buying the books, New Age Biking and Brotherhood and the Iron Order one. The Iron Order one, I get some questions about that one. That one was a hard look at Iron Order. I actually got a freaking review where the guy's all pissed off at me. Well, you were mean. You know what? I wasn't mean. I was being fucking honest. You know, you do stupid shit, you get called out on stupid shit. So, but yeah, I was mean to the Iron Order, I guess, in that book. Even though, you know, I'm one of the only ones out there that actually fucking give everybody a shot to fucking say what they, you know, have to say and defend their positions, but I'm mean. But fuck them. That's what I have to say. But the New Age of Biking and Brotherhood is doing great. The Iron Order book's doing great. Really appreciate that. I appreciate all your guys' support. This Saturday, we are live worldwide. You're going to be able to see it with everybody here. Man, let me actually pull that shit up. This screen right here is going to be used for that chat. You'll see we're going to have Facebook, VP, Periscope, Me Now. Everything's going to be on this motherfucker. You're going to have everybody in the chat room. So hopefully you guys get some good conversations going and we put on a great show for you guys. But until then, I'll talk to you guys later. You take care. Be safe. And see you tomorrow.